Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Jan Erickson from Stepping Aside, and welcome to Esoteric Influences for the week of January 3rd through the 9th, 2021. Can you believe we actually made it? I sometimes I don't even know. I don't even know how we did that. Made it to a new year. I have, let's see if you received the newsletter that should have hit your inbox by now for this. I send this out. I added a pagan witchy calendar at the bottom of it too, so that's new for it. The bind rune is also contained within it. Here's the bind rune for the week. It has to do with, it includes Perthro, which is fate, Thurzaz, which is breakthrough, Isa, alignment, in Ansus, which is spirit communication. And together, they cast the intention to break through the ego stranglehold on our perceptions and interactions with others. So if you get you'll see this on the left side panel of the blog. I'm going to put that up there. And there'll be a little write-up for it that'll link to it. I didn't do that last week. I think I didn't do the write-up. I forgot. But anyway, there'll just be a little write-up on it that'll go up later today. Let's see, just probably above the Esoteric Influences post. So anyway, that's also up on the blog. Let's see what else. Oh, I can't think of anything else I've done. Let's see. Somewhat Daily Tarot and Rune went up on Monday and Thursday of last week. It'll do the same this coming week. Also, I'm going to do a shifting perceptions thing. I've got the copy all written up for it. That's the latest book I wrote, and so look for that to come out on the YouTube channel. I'm not sure if it'll be in the esoteric. There's a section where I do those, like the Kabbalion and all that other kind of stuff. I forget if I don't remember the little playlist I put it in, but it's still just going to be up on the regular page too. So I don't know how many that's going to take. I might be able to do it all in one. I suspect I'm going to need two, but at least. But anyway, it's not going to be that long. So I might be able to even get it done in one sitting. So we'll see though. So look for that to come up. Let's see. Now the two channels the two energetic channels that are open in the human design charts this week. We don't have anything until Wednesday. We have mutation. We had mutation last week. That involves the ebb and flow of emotional adaptation to new experiences, as well as balancing order with chaos. It's still, kind of that Jupiter-Saturn conjunction experience, really. I mean, really, that's going to go on for a while, where we're trying to figure all that out. And also on Saturday, exploration comes into play. And that represents developing behavior that not only follows one's values, but then applies that conviction in daily life. So those are the kind of overarching themes, at least Wednesday through Saturday. But beginning on today, the 3rd, Sunday, we have a 1 for the month, a 3 for the day, and a 5 for the year. Manaz is our rune for today. Sort of self and society. You can see that it's basically Vunyo, forward and reversed. You can see Dagaz in the center, also Kenaz in all directions, and you also see Gebo as well in the center. You can see Laguz, you can see Isa. This is a really complex rune. But again, it really means self and society. Let's see if I've forgotten anything about that. Where do I have it? Oh yeah, integration with one another, mind body spirit connection. And it's also the thought rune and memory, but the memory it's talking about is the collective consciousness, memory, the memory of society as a whole, as to how we progress. I know we're in a little bit of a struggle with that right now, aren't we? Let's see, we got to turn that over here. The geomancy root is tristitia, or sadness. That's an interesting one. It can mean sadness. It can mean other things as well. Let's see if I can find that one here to be sure. Well, it's an evil rune. Sorrow, condemnation, evil in all things, fortification, protection, quick-tempered, secretive, and all of that. So it's a little more involved than just sadness. But the moon is in Virgo, and again, we have. Oh well, I guess I was wrong. We have the channel of mutation on Sunday as well, so I missed that when I was going through. Okay, where are they at? So it's actually we have that today as well. So anyhow, let's see. With so many suffering, hardship, and loss, be mindful of who you are in relation to others, and know that as long as truth guides the moment, a shared path forward can begin. See the greater picture and express yourself with optimism and strength on Sunday. The moon in Virgo brings order to your life on Sunday, so take time to organize and check over your calendar for the coming week. If circumstances or interactions become emotional, it may be that you need to wait a bit before responding on Sunday. Not everyone appreciates a unique or unconventional approach, so take the time necessary to explain your vision before becoming overly sensitive or defensive. If you feel alienated at all on Sunday, revert to a solitary focus until you're ready to share more of your plans with others. Remain focused on your own creative process so that negativity or a need for acceptance doesn't harm your efforts. Continue on without forcing your own agenda on others. There'll be time later to inform them of your progress. And if you want to, you can check over on the blog to see the aspects that are in play, the different aspect patterns and the different aspects like moon sesqua square Mercury for Sunday, moon trine Venus, or I'm sorry, Uranus, moon sesqua square Pluto, and then the stelliums that are active. And remember that stelliums are power interactions. They're made by two planets in conjunct with one another, not in conjunct, but in conjunction with with one another. And together they create a power type of interaction. And so they're I like looking at them. I just think they're interesting. I think they can really, and for Sunday, you're looking at Jupiter, Saturn, and Pallas, strategic approach surrounding balancing freedom with restriction. And Sun, Vulcan, and Ascendant. There's a stellium with that. Those are 3-point stelliums. They're at least, but the conjunct ones. You can have like two planets that are in conjunction with one another, like Jupiter and Saturn are. But then you add a third one, and you have a 3-point stellium. You can have 4-point stelliums, and on and on. Let's see. But anyway, Sun, Vulcan, and Ascendant reflects a strong influence on others on Sunday. So check those out on the blog and just look at those and see what you think there. Monday, the 4th of January, we have a 4 numerology for the day. The rune is Gebo. And we have Albus as that's Gebo, which is balanced energy exchange with others. We have Albus, which is wisdom of the sage. Denotes a person with white hair. But it's interesting because Monday and Tuesday, Albus is the geomancy rune, and then its complement, which is Rubeus, which is a lack of impulse control on steroids. That's for Thursday and Friday. So it's kind of interesting that in sort of a balanced fashion, you've got wisdom on the 4th and 5th, and then the 6th you have Cauda Draconis, and then on the 7th and 8th you have a little bit of impulse control issues with that particular rune. So it's kind of interesting the pattern that developed this week. But anyway, the moon's in Virgo until Libra at 9:42 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Void, of course, is between 1:33 p.m. and 9:41 p.m. On Monday. And there's no active human design channels on Monday. So for Monday, you're going to want to take a pragmatic or reasoned approach to challenges should they arise. Allow time for clarity to settle in before making any decisions, particularly those that affect others. Respect individual choice, but not at the expense of your own safety and security. While the moon is still in Virgo until later in the evening when it travels into Libra, your charm can have a transformative effect on others. Your innate understanding of the greater picture signals leadership capacity. So be certain that you speak and act with integrity and avoid any manipulation that could cause a misunderstanding to occur. If called to a leadership role on, let's see, we're on Monday here. Let me pull this up so I don't lose what day I'm on. If called to a leadership role on Monday, guide others through any challenges that arise and be ready to adapt if no real solutions are possible. Gather support and input from the group in an effort to expand the group's knowledge and make the best out of limitations experienced. Delegate responsibility to those who see the issue in a realistic manner. We have a Thor's hammer aspect that day. Jupiter, Uranus, Vesta involves a diligent and patient approach to hard work and success. I think that the stelliums are also in play that day as well. Tuesday, the 5th of January, we've got a 5 energy for the day and the month. So some freedom, some protection, all of that. We have Yura. And this is unfolding awareness, basically. You see Kenaz forward and reverse, so it's the light of spirit. So it makes sense. It's an as above, so below rune. So unfolding awareness there. Again, we have Albus, or the sage, wisdom, for the geomancy rune. And the moon is fully in Libra, and no human design channels active on Tuesday the 5th. Observe your energetic alignment with others and take steps to protect self and others should the situation at hand make that necessary, particularly now that the virus is increasing its effect. You know, we've got that new strain that's here, that new variant, and it seems to be in everywhere, like Florida, California, Colorado. So you know it's probably everywhere else. And if it isn't, it's heading there quickly. That's just what viruses do, though. If empathically aware, you may notice that energies around you become restrictive and tense on Tuesday. That's your signal to remove yourself from the situation. Very, very vital right now, particularly with the virus, especially if someone's not masking up or doing it properly. Now the moon is in Libra. Now that the moon's in Libra on Tuesday, you may want to get together with those closest to you. You like, bonding with others. Remember to do so safely, however, even if that means gathering together online. Your sensitivity and experience may be required to support and nurture others during this difficult time on Tuesday. So don't be afraid to do that, even if it's just getting on the phone and calling somebody up and saying, how you doing? You may also experience a turning point on Tuesday where your influence is dependent on establishing a new path forward. Use that influence to impart wisdom to others based upon the goal of harmony and peace. This is a time for baby steps in one sense, but for any lasting change to take place, a greater realignment of shared purpose is required. And I know that's a tall order right now, isn't it? It really is. So although caution is advised, the time has arrived to reestablish a strong foundation at all, if at all possible. Maybe not. We'll just have to see how that one goes. But have that in your mind, as a goal. Whether or not it can manifest right now, at least have that as a goal. Now, on Wednesday, the 6th, we have a 6 energy for the day. The rune is Thurazaz, or Thor's rune, the thorn. We're breaking through barriers. It's a great one to use in weather magic. Again, the Cauda Draconis is the geomancy rune for the day, signaling the end of the matter, basically, or past life influence coming in. Caput Draconis is the future, and Cauda represents the past. It also represents the south node of the moon. Let's see, the moon is fully in Libra still, but void of course begins at 9:54 p.m. if you work, void of course magics. I know it's always said, oh, don't work magic during void of course. Why not? It's a container where you have the most influence, so why wouldn't you do it during that time? I did a thing on it. I think I did a video on it. I've done posts on it. I just think it's a cool time. It's like, okay, I have my moment where nobody else is bugging me, right? Anyway, the human design channel mutation is active on Wednesday. Let's see, impulse control is at a minimum on Wednesday. Well, with Thurazaz and all of that. And you'll likely find yourself extending patience and compassion to others, especially if frustration occurs, or perhaps needing that yourself. This is a day where one phase ends and another begins, so guide those you can and leave others to their own devices who refuse to live in truth. It's that impact of the karma, really, and that's part of past life experience, but we also call that karma sometimes. Your actions come back and maybe to haunt you. So, although harmony is preferred on Wednesday, you may be challenged to let go of perceptions or habits that don't serve the future. Indecisiveness may also occur, and you may be at odds over whether to spend time nurturing those who are clearly not on the same path. Stay centered and balanced, and you'll instinctively know the right course to take there. You'll either be able to do that or you won't. I don't know. Sometimes the wounds are of what's happened over the last few years. Maybe the wounds are just still too fresh right now, too raw, especially given what's going on now. The channel of mutation becomes active on Wednesday, again, counseling you to observe the ebb and flow of your own emotional adaptation to new experiences and to utilize some objectivity when building upon prior success. Know that you can achieve as much clarity as possible and still not solve problems and challenges that arise. It may be that until you resolve issues with your own ego, the path to success may remain elusive at best. In other words, you might be getting in the way of yourself, basically. In terms of your own perceptions, how you see things may not be useful. We have a Mars-Uranus Lilith stellium that I don't know if it was, let's see, was it on Tuesday? No, looks like it comes into play on Wednesday. That's describing high-risk behavior and a lack of self-discipline. So, you're going to want to be cautious there. That's some of your unstable energy for Wednesday. Let's see. Thursday, the 7th now of January 2021, we have a 7 energy. And remember, Thursday and Friday are the days where we have Rubeus as the geomancy rune, and basically, you never know. Let's see, we have Kenaz, or the torch, or the light of spirit, as the rune, and again, Rubeus is the unstable. You got Pur, which is the unstable little boy energy, which is fine. I mean, it's just I raised 2 boys. They're here, there, and everywhere. But when you get to be an adult, it may turn into Rubeus, where you lack impulse control and you have a misuse of power. So this is Rubeus, and it's active both on Thursday and Friday of this coming week. And we're in Libra until Scorpio at 12:54 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Void, of course, ends at 12:53 a.m., a minute before that. So again, you're going to be in Scorpio all day. And the channel is mutation for today, for the Human Design channel. For today, I should say Thursday. It's like every day is the same day for me. Remain above the fray on Thursday until energies settle and the situation becomes clear. Avoid overreaction, even in the face of a misuse of force. Instead, view the situation from a thoughtful and analytical perspective. And if the situation is too volatile, walk away. The moon in Scorpio on Thursday influences your emotional intensity, and conflict between you and others may result if self-assertion is impacted. Switch to a more self-disciplined focus of feeling self-indulgent so that your confidence is preserved and you accomplish your intended goals on Thursday. Avoid pushing past limitations at the cost of actual success, and don't be afraid to, in other words, don't get ahead of yourself. And don't be afraid to consult others if additional advice is needed. Sometimes your own perceptions prevent clarity, especially if you're prone to taking unfounded risks in the process. So as you go about your interactions with others on Thursday, maintain a sense of shared purpose and listen more than you speak. Little Rubeus issue there as well. Wanting to control the whole thing. And again, the Mars-Uranus Lilith stellium is describing high-risk behavior and a lack of self-discipline on Thursday. Same thing on Friday as well. So anyhow, Friday the 8th, we have an 8 energy for the day. We have Degaz, which is a new day, one door opening and another closing. The energy of one thing ending and another beginning. And again, Rubeus is the unstable energy about all of that. And let's see, we're fully in Scorpio with Void, of course, beginning at 5:58 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and the channel is mutation on Friday. So with Rubeus appearing again on Friday, passions may still be running high. Pay attention to synchronicities and watch for new doors to open as you resonate in awakening in truth. Reinforcing the passion of Rubeus, the moon in Scorpio may also prove traumatic. I have a Scorpio sun. If this extends to interactions with others, know that the sun's harmonious effect on the moon promises positive and transformative interactions with others, as does the same with Vulcan. And that's the thing, we're talking the moon in Scorpio. So Scorpio is very transformative, very focused, very dramatic, depending on how that settles out. It can be problematic or not. So anyway, use your intuitive and gentle approach to extend compassion to all. That's another thing Scorpios are. They're intuitive. I know I kind of make it sound like it's, difficult. It can be, but it's not always, So the sun's position in Friday's human design chart signals its own Degas moment, where a new phase indeed begins. However, it may be necessary to maintain your own sense of self as perceptions and behavior begin to shift to reflect a more enlightened awareness. And that's not just by you, it's by the collective as well. Remain objective and clear in your assessment. So if called to a leadership a role on Friday, you can effectively foster the destruction of old paradigms as a new shared path with others forms. A lot of responsibility now, isn't it? Anyway, lastly, on Saturday, the 9th of January, 2021, we have a 9 energy for that day. Completion, endings, humanitarianism, all of that. Rado is, and that's integration with others or movement, soul integration. Let's see. And then Puella is the, and that's, we were talking about Pur earlier as being the child version of Rubius. But we have to forgive the child, don't we? Well, we got to forgive the adult too. Anyway, we got Puella, which is like scattered little girl energy. It's a fortunate, but not too fortunate because of the scattered focus. But, I have a granddaughter who's 3, and, she's interested in everything. So just like I was, and likely just as her mother was. So we were probably all Puella energies growing up. And anyhow, we have both, Scorpio until Sagittarius at 3:16 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. Void, of course, ends at 3:15, a minute earlier than that. So early in the morning, Scorpio shifts to more pointed Sagittarius, Sagittarian the Archer. Very focused. My husband is Sagittarius. Integration with others on Saturday is possible. Oh, and again, exploration is the channel that joins mutation for human design. But anyway, we'll go back. Integration with others on Saturday is possible if a harmonious approach is maintained and scattered thinking is kept at a minimum. Summon the humanitarian within to express compassion and generosity of spirit to all without compromising anyone's safety and security. As the moon travels into independent Sagittarius in the early morning, your mood shifts from drama to the need to get away from it all. So if you can do so safely, mask up and take a walk in nature to achieve a greater balance between emotions and intellect. The channel of exploration opens on Saturday. Let's see, assisting you in applying your values and convictions to your daily experiences, aligning well with the impact of the Sagittarius moon. Avoid using power indiscriminately and overly asserting your own beliefs, and maintain a disciplined effort, even if on your own, to achieve your goals. Realize that struggle is part of the process and provides a pathway to immeasurable growth, even though it's a pain in the you-know-what. So anyway, we still have Thor's hammer active, the Jupiter-Uranus Vesta stellium. That involves a diligent and patient approach to hard work and success. Let's see, the Mercury-Jupiter-Saturn stellium, that's, leadership and authority enhanced by a diligent focus on logic-based ideas and plans for the future. And again, Mars, Uranus, and Lilith, stellium describing high-risk behavior and a lack of self-discipline. We can get in the way of things this week, or we can focus on something that's a little more lofty. We've got a lot of things happening politically this week, and with potential violence being part of that whole construct. There's no need for any of those things. The questions they seek to answer were answered when we voted. But of course, they don't want that. And so I guess I shouldn't say half, but you've got people on the other side of the equation that didn't win the presidency, those people who've now decided that, they're just going to keep going for it, no matter how seditious it looks. So there's going to be some of that you're going to be thinking about this next week and paying attention to, because it's going to be all over the news. So just be aware of how that can impact your interactions with others. And so there's been several days here where, even though the focus has got to be on reunification, we all need to understand that could be a baby steps experience, especially now, especially because violence is involved. And doing things that are actually harmful to the country are involved. So we're in weird times, and I guess that the authoritarian and fascist aspects of our society want to control everything. But we live in a democracy, and we are the United States of America, and that's not who we are. So hopefully, it may be a bit of a struggle. It may not happen easily, but I know that we're eventually going to overcome this and get back on the track of going in the same shared direction. Doesn't mean we won't argue about how we get there, and that's just fine as long as we're headed in the same direction together. So anyhow, thanks so much for watching. Check this out. It's going to go up on the blog over on the left hand side. If you don't happen to see it on YouTube, that's where you will find it. Let's see what else. I guess that's it. We'll get together tomorrow for Somewhat Daily Tarot and Rune, and look for the Shifting Perceptions video to come out. And I'll let you know, though. I'll let you know when it's about to post. Hopefully, maybe I'll get it up on Wednesday. Maybe. That's kind of when I like to do the additional videos I do, if I do any for the week. I like to post them on Wednesdays, so we'll target that day. I'll let you know tomorrow if it looks like that's just I'm not gonna make it. But anyway, anyhow, thanks again for watching, and have a good week, everyone. Stay safe, stay masked up if you're around anyone at all, whether you're inside or out, and be good to yourself, be good to one another, and blessed be.